Okay, so I'm going to tell you guys here, that way I feel a little bit more transparent about letting you guys know. I don't really want to just, go off without telling you guys or anything. I don't want to worry people or piss anyone off, so I'm going to be taking a break from YouTube for just a little bit over a week, from about December 22nd through the 30th. So I'm not going to be posting every single day like I usually do here on the channel. I will, however, upload a few videos in between there. I'm going to be working on content tonight and tomorrow to get this done. That way I have things to show you guys over the break and everything, of course, and I also want to make sure that my channel's progress isn't halted or anything by this break, so you will get some content, but you're not going to get like daily content or even twice a day content like I sometimes do, because of, well, I double upload every once in a while. So just want to let you guys know, on the 31st we will also be coming back with the year in review that I do, I guess every year now as of last year. So just wanted to let you guys know before I got into the video. Don't want everyone freaking out or anything. So with that being said, now YouTube, can you please get your shit together? There is multiple topics that I'm going to be covering in this video that I think really need to be covered. These are very urgent issues. These are pressing topics that are going to set a precedent for how YouTube pretty much approaches everything going forward. And creators need to speak up about this shit, man. We can't sit on the sidelines and let them continue to run this platform into the dirt. They have done enough. They've stepped on us enough. They've stepped on the viewers enough. They're corporatized enough as is. We need to stop them from going any further, because every little inch we let them gain, the more that YouTube we all love and know is disappearing. So, first topic I want to bring up, Monkey Jones, okay? Now, I will admit, I was really ignorant about this topic at first. I didn't really have much care for it, okay? I didn't watch Monkey Jones's content. I wasn't really in that realm, I guess, of content that he made. I didn't really know much about the guy, but the more I've learned about his termination from YouTube and his subsequent silencing of his second channels, I've done a little bit more research on the topic, and it just has to be spoken out about. I mean, we can't allow YouTube to continue doing this shit. This kind of blatant censorship of content that they don't agree with or align with is absolutely absurd. It devalues the true meaning of freedom of speech. And it's truly wrong. And of course you're going to have people saying, well, YouTube is a company, therefore they don't have to really enforce the First Amendment. They can ban you for whatever they like. Well, the problem with companies like YouTube and Facebook, Twitter, all these other social media websites that have garnered billions of users, the problem with them doing things like this and enacting such strict speech policies is the fact that they're used by so many people to communicate so many different ideas. No longer are people standing in the streets to convey their message or meeting in classrooms to convey a message that might go against the social norm. The internet was created with the idea of freedom of speech being a priority. It has been that way for pretty much the entire history of the internet, and I find it hypocritical that YouTube wants to go after Article 13 for censorship, and then content like Monkeys is just suddenly writted off the platform because they don't like the context or the humor or anything like that, right? So places like YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, we need to start actually making these places where ideas can be shared. And since these have become the, I guess, cyber town halls of our species pretty much, I think that it is borderline criminal for these companies to go and literally wipe things that they don't agree with as a company off of the platform, which is literally what they did with Monkey. I think over 57 million videos were written off the platform, including pretty much all of his content. Then on top of that, he comes back, he announces that his channels weren't coming back. He tries creating new channels, and of course they terminate those as well. It's just not okay. Now, Monkey was primarily deleted because of the type of content that he made, which often actually centered around things like dark humor, dark topics. He actually once read the manifesto of Elliot Rodgers, which was a big sticking point, I guess. His videos were pretty informative from what I've heard and seen. He had a weird style of comedy, I guess. And while I wouldn't have particularly laughed at much of his content, or I wouldn't have found him extremely funny, I don't think that that's grounds for him being deleted off the fucking internet, because number one, he's not really harming anybody, he's not really harming a brand, and number two, I think it's wrong that he was deleted. I think that YouTube should reinstate him, and I think that this whole idea that people who have ideas that are different than ours should be suppressed, it needs to go away. YouTube doesn't have to make their political affiliation any more clear, but to enact such a draconian policy as deleting what you don't like being heard when you're a platform that garners billions of users monthly is just, it's not right, Now, the second topic that I want to talk about is the copyright shit going on here on YouTube. Now, you might have heard other YouTubers speaking out about this as well, but there has been a group called the Universal Media Group, Music Group, whatever it is, that has been false flagging videos on the platform for years. Thousands of videos, right? I've had them claim content of mine before in which they obviously didn't own the rights to anything in the video. I've had them claim videos that did not have music in them at all. And then, of course, they monetize it. So basically, this large fucking conglomerate that obviously is doing very well for themselves, Universal Media Group, I believe, is owned by Sony. So they're doing fine, right? This is a huge company, okay? So what they're doing is they're getting on YouTube, they're claiming shit on YouTube that they know they don't have the rights to, and they're profiting off of smaller creators and individuals like myself who have done pretty much nothing wrong or are using clips in fair use. Now, the problem with YouTube and their copyright system is that they completely allow this, right? It's just ironic to me that on YouTube, you can have your shit claimed, right? So Universal Media Group, Music Group can come and claim anything in my video. And when I appeal that video being copyrighted, I guess, you know, YouTube doesn't step in and decide whether or not this was fair use. They don't actually govern their website. What they do instead is they allow the people who claimed the video to decide whether or not that it was copyright infringement, and they get to decide what happens. So if Universal Media Group or whatever comes and they strike my video right now and they monetize it, and of course I appeal it and I appeal that it was in fair use, right? YouTube will allow them to decide whether or not they're right. And almost always this goes in their favor, and they keep the money that they fucking steal from individuals, people who are trying to feed their families, etc. And it's been a problem for years, but you'll never see YouTube step in and do anything about it. And if I'm being really honest with you, I don't think many of us can afford to lawyer up against UMG. I don't think many of us can afford to take that to court over one video that might make like $300, considering the cost of court cases and legal fees and things like that. So YouTube is literally allowing these corporations to come on here and bully their creators around and steal their money. This is not a joke. And it's so unfortunate, man, because there's been so much great content put on YouTube that has been attacked by this increasing corporatization, if that's even a word, of YouTube. They have allowed their politics to get so far into everything that they govern that content that they don't agree with, like Mumkeys, has been terminated from their platform. They bow so hard down to these advertisers that actually need YouTube more than YouTube needs them, and they do whatever that these other fucking politically correct left-wing companies want them to do, which really results in the suppression of ideas that aren't left-wing. And even though I don't agree with ideas and stuff, I don't believe that these ideas should be silenced. If you're on just being an asshole, of course that's different. If you're just being a douchebag, breaking legitimate rules and stuff, or you're inciting violence or things like that, you know, of course, right there, that's drawing the line. But when you come on and you make some creepy videos with a weird sense of humor, and all of your career has just been stolen by this left-wing company that is bowing to these corporations that are stealing money from other creators, there's a real issue at hand, okay? YouTube really needs to step in and do something about this. I don't know how much longer it's going to really take of people kind of just standing around doing nothing to realize that standing around and doing nothing is literally doing nothing. Creators need to be standing up for themselves. Creators, we need to band together and actually send an actual message to YouTube, because we can't allow this to go on further. Mumkey is just one of millions that makes this different type of content that obviously doesn't really align with YouTube. And do you honestly believe they're going to stop at Mumkey? Do you honestly believe that ideas they don't align with is just going to stop when his shit gets deleted? Because I've got some real bad news for you. That's just not the truth. And the sad thing about it is, in the golden age of YouTube, in between like 2006 and 2011, when the platform was much better, you didn't see these kinds of issues, right? You didn't see YouTube corporatizing and suppressing all these different ideas they don't align with. You didn't see them peddling people like Will Smith in YouTube Rewind, just showing the corporatism that they've put onto this whole platform. You didn't see people from UMG taking their money. You saw the content that you wanted to see. You saw the type of shit that you came to YouTube to see. And you had plenty of creators supplying all kinds of different content, and that was when the platform was really at its peak. And now we've hit this point where everything's going downhill, creators aren't satisfied, and YouTube doesn't know how to manage it, okay? So here's the real two options that we really have. It's about time that we all face the truth. A, we're going to continue to let YouTube pull this draconian shit, steal our money from us, demonetize us at will pretty much, and suppress real free expression of ideas. Or B, we can band together and send a message and actually show YouTube that they gotta fuck off with all this stuff. Or here, I'll offer you a third option, okay? why don't we just create a new fucking platform? Why don't we go have Amazon create a platform that competes against YouTube, that offers higher CPM, that doesn't bow down to politics, and actually allows people to do what YouTube is supposed to allow you to do, to broadcast yourself? Because it's going to come down to one of those three things. You're either going to have the complete elimination of ideas that aren't aligned with them, you're either going to have that, or you're going to have YouTubers rising up left and right to stop this bullshit from going down and actually sending a message. Or, of course, you're just going to have Amazon come along and just run through YouTube with a platform that is actually functional, that actually benefits both the viewer, the creator, and then after, I guess, all that, the company itself, and one that actually stands for something, okay? And if I sound worked up and passionate about this, I really am, because I've been sitting here making YouTube videos for going on 7 years. I have done this shit for the love of doing it for 7 years of my life, since I was in middle school, right? And over the years, I've watched this platform change into something that I never thought it really would become. And seeing all this shit happen is just, it's depressing. And I hate to see people's careers be completely wiped away by this big corporation because he did something they don't like. And while yes, at the end of the day, it is YouTube's content to, you know, I guess police, and it is their platform, they can do whatever they want, they're a corporation, you know, our input matters, and if we use it in the right way, either they have to adapt like a business does in the free market, or a competitor's gonna show up and it's gonna take the cake. So do your part. Share this video with creators, share this video with YouTube, share this video with a friend, say something about it, tweet at YouTube, tell them to get Monkey back on the Monkey, back on the platform. Tell them to stop with this shit, okay? Because it's ruining YouTube. Thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're brand new around here. Like I said, content's gonna be a little bit scarce over the next few days, but of course, going into the new year, we're gonna be right back at it. The year in review won't suck like YouTube Rewind did, so that's going to be great. I think you guys are going to really enjoy that one. Follow me on Twitter at @SubToOptimus. Join the Discord down below. Thank you to my channel members for your $5 a month. Your support helps my channel tremendously, especially when YouTube is pulling the kind of shit that they're doing. If you have money to support a creator on Patreon or on YouTube through channel memberships or through Super Chat even, or you can donate it through PayPal or something, buy merch, you know. If you have that money to spare and you really do enjoy YouTubers' content, if you can, make sure to give a few bucks, because YouTube's doing their worst, okay? It sucks. I'm not even necessarily saying you should do it for me. I mean, of course, I'll more than accept it, but there's hundreds, if not thousands of creators on this platform who are well deserving of your $4.99 a month. That's like the price of a coffee one day out of the month. If you shop at that shitty Starbucks or whatever, right? That garbage. You can make sure that the freedom of expression and these ideas that get transmitted through the internet and the creative freedom that people love building their careers off of here on YouTube can stay afloat. I support plenty of creators. I've bought merch, I've given money through Patreon, I've donated on streams. It's really one of the best ways you can help out. Thank you guys for watching, and until my next video, guys, this is Optimus, hoping my channel doesn't get deleted by YouTube because of whatever fucking reason, and signing out.